Okay, good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Online, good evening. Good evening. So, hope everyone are doing good and good to see you all back. And this shows how interested you guys are, even though it's festival season, right? Tomorrow. But this shows how interested you are on these AWS and DevOps classes, right? Good. Hearing your voice again after 1 year. Okay, Mohammed, you're my previous guy. Okay. So any previous, any still increase your volume, Netra? My bass voice is good, right? Okay. So anyone, my old students here in this class now, online? Just put me. Only one or two, or there are many? Okay, couple of probably. Twinkle. Okay, Dinesh. You can skip if required. Hi, Anil. Okay, hope you guys are doing good. Okay. Hi. Okay. Anyone new today? Here I know online. Here online. Online, anyone new? Just put a message there, yes or me. Okay, all right. So those who are new, as I said already, we started this class a couple of days back. And on the first day, we had just an introduction. Okay, please, new people, please try to listen. On the first day, we had an introduction about me and then why we need to learn AWS. And the second day, I just introduced what is DevOps. That's it, right? We haven't gone into any technical things yet. Okay, online people, Harshini, Revati, and all, Hari, and offline. So just continue the class. And if you feel that you have missed it, you will get the recording for that. Just when you have a free time, just go through that and you should be fine. Okay. So for rest of the people, very happy to see you back here. And I really appreciate you guys taking time and then joining the classes. And I understand there are so many people already left for hometowns for this Diwali. I expect them to come back and join, right? So, but still, as there's so many people join this session, let's continue it with the today's topic. Okay. So if you remember in our yesterday's topic, we have discussed about what was there before DevOps and then why DevOps, what is DevOps, everything we learned. Remember? And also I gave you a small story in yesterday's class, correct? So we had a team. Do you remember the names? Roxy, Mark, Maria, right? So manager, Karaba. I don't know. Technically, we'll remember or not, but names you will remember nicely. Okay, that's really good. Okay, yeah. So we took a team and then we thought that we need to start a business or start a project. For that, we discussed about what was SDLC. What's the full form of SDLC? Software development lifecycle. In that, we have so many phases, right? First, we need to plan, get the requirement analysis, design, implement, right? And then operate and then maintain. There are so many things that we have in the SDLC that we have learned. Later, we also seen that before DevOps, how the application deployment was happening. Yeah. So if you take two people, let's take two developers, or one developer and one server guy. So developer has developed the code and he has given to the server guy. What this Mark has done, he has deployed the application. And once he deployed the application, what happened? Its application is not working. Then obviously the server, that means server guy, so-called Mark, the person will contact whom? Developer. And is the developer is interested to log into the server and check what is wrong? No, no developer is interested to log into the servers and check. So for that reason, simply developer will say that, hey, Mark, it's working here. I don't know what is there in server. You check it. And also Mark will say to developer will also talk to Mark, and the blame game will start. That this is your problem, this is your problem, this is my problem, this is your problem. So when they are fighting with each other, who is the most affected person? Customer, right? So customer is not getting the actual right now output. So for that reason, this process is really, really difficult. For that, and in SDLC, we learn about 3 models. What are the 3 models? One is waterfall model, agile model, DevOps model. Fantastic, you remember, right? So what is waterfall model? Na? Waterfall model, it's every phase is depend on the previous phase. Yes or no? Whereas agile is, we have concept called sprint, that is every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, we'll get the feedback from the customer, right? And you code it and you deploy it. After 2 weeks, you will get the you will see the customer feedback. Whereas in DevOps model, so continuously you're getting the feedback whenever you code, you test, you deploy. You code, test, deploy, code, test, deploy. But in the previous models, deployment is happening later. But in this case, whatever the developer has coded, that is immediately tested, and that is immediately deployed and immediately will be shown to the customer, so that customer will give the feedback. So this approach, these approaches we have discussed in our last class. Clear, Nana? This was we discussed. But as I promised, that we will start this entire course from basics, from scratch, I said. Okay, in our yesterday's class, I introduced what is DevOps, but now today, what we do is we'll start from the basics. Basics are very important or not? Right? Basics are really, really important. I'm telling you, as I'm having a lot of experience, I'm in industry, I know I do a lot of interviews. I know where people are facing the problems. When I ask something to the interviewer, that meaning for the candidate, right? He might be good in technical, but he is missing the pure basics. He's missing completely basic. If you're not good in basics, how do you expect to have a very good big career on top, a lot of technologies? Will you learn without basics? If you want to construct a building, basement should be strong or not? If the basement is not strong, building will collapse anytime. Yes or no? For that reason, let us start with the basics. Okay. So, Nana, I'm just giving you a confidence that no prerequisites is required for us here. I will be starting from 0. Yes. Hey, Sai, Dinesh, and all other people. So, yeah, good to see you all, guys. Yeah, fine. So, as I promised, guys, let's start with the basics. If you take any technology, you take Java, Python, that is anything in the world, any technology, today's basic that I'm going to teach you is very, very important. So, because in IT industry, everything will start with client and server. Agree? Everything will start with client and server. So today, let's talk about this client server architecture concept. Okay, na? Let's move on. So what is today's topic? Client server architecture. Guys, my old students, if you are here, so you know this topic already, you can skip it if required. So from today, we'll be going with the same topics that you guys learned before already. So let's give the turn to the new people. Okay. All right. New guys, please try to understand. Just concentrate. You know you put effort. I'll inject everything in your brain. Okay. Should we test it today? Should we test it today? Whether I'll inject in your brain or not? Should we? Okay. Just I need only concentration from you. Just let's see how I'll inject everything in your brains without pain. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Nana. Let's have a very funny interactive session today. So whenever we need to talk about client server architecture, first we need to know what is client. Okay, what is client? What do you think? What is client? Try to answer whether that is wrong or right, doesn't matter. First, you need to speak up. Okay, tell me, what do you think about the client? Client meaning customer. Okay, what else? User. Okay, very good. Huh? Oh, okay. What else? So many people are saying client meaning here customer who gives the business. Okay, client meaning who give the business. Now, are we learning technically? Are we learning anything business here? We are learning technically, right? So do we need to really worry about the business point of view now? We no need to worry about business point of view, because customer will come and give the business that will be managed by your managers and all. But as you are learning technical, right? Think from technical point of view. From technical point of view, what is client? Okay, I'll give the best example for you. Every day you are using that client. Every day you are using the client, and that the example of the client that I can say is your browser. What is that? Yes, and you're using browser or not? Yes or no? What is the browser is the best example for the client technically. So what is client here? I'm just giving, see, this is the browser. Okay. So you open the browser, and what are you typing in the browser? Example, google.com. Let's take Google. You open the browser and you typed google.com. Yes or no? That means you're requesting something, right? What are you requesting here? Google.com. Louder. What are you requesting here? Google.com. So here you are requesting a Google.com. It can be Google.com. It can be Facebook.com. It can be Instagram.com. It can be Netflix.com. It can be anything. It can be anything. So what are you doing? You are requesting a resource. What are you requesting here? Resource. What is resource meaning here? Google.com, Facebook.com, Netflix.com. Everything is a resource. Resource is nothing but, can I say, information, Nana? Resource is nothing but what? Information. So now, what is a client? If someone asks you what is a client, simply what you say is, which request a resource. Fantastic. What is client? Say that. Which request a resource. Say again, what is client? Which request a resource. You open the browser and you are typing google.com. It can be anything. You are requesting, hey, I need a Google page. I need Netflix page. So basically here, can you tell me what is the best example of client that we took here? Browser. And you're opening the browser and you're typing google.com. So browser is requesting or not? So anything which is requesting is a client. Anything which is a requesting is called a client. What is this requesting here? Resource. What is resource? Google.com. It can be anything, right? So resource meaning I can say information. Resource meaning what? Information. Now tell me, if anyone asks you what is client, what is your answer? Which request a resource. That's it. Simple. Okay, Nana, what you did, you open the website, you open the browser and you type google.com, it hit enter. You're requesting here. There should be someone on the other end who should be responding to this request. No, who is that guy? Server. Remember, in couple of in previous class, I asked you, what is server? What is server? One dabba, you said, right? So some people say dabba, and some people say, sir, server meaning somewhere it will, there will connect, sir, somewhere. It's not dabba, it's not box. Now, professionally, you can say server meaning, client meaning what? Which request a resource, server meaning which respond to that resource. Simple. What is client? Which request a resource. What is server? Which respond to that resource. So here we have other guy on the other end. Who is there here? Server. Tell me, what is the definition of the server here? Server meaning which respond to the resource. Simple. So whatever you are requesting here, client, it will go to where, Nana? Server. And what server will do? Server will respond. Oops. Server will respond. So, okay, now you understand what is client and what is server. See, you are listening to my class now. You are in the room and people, online people are listening. So if you want to hear me, we all should be in the same network or different networks. Yes or no? If the client and server wants to talk to each other, they both should be inside the network. They both should be inside the network. Then only we can talk, right? We are all in the room. Because as we are in the same room, you are able to listen my voice. If you are in another room, can you listen my voice? No. So we should be in the same network. So if client and server wants to communicate with each other, they should be inside the what, Nana? Network. Getting it? Getting it? Okay, now repeat with me. Everyone online, please repeat. Please put it in the chat now whenever I ask the question. Okay. See here. What is client? Which request a resource. What is server? Which respond to the resource. Client and server, they both should be inside the network. Clear? In simple. So remember, I told you on first day, I'll use KISS principle. Not that. Okay. Keep it simple. What is that? Keep it simple. So I'll keep it even more simple. Client meaning, which is always asking. Server meaning, you tell. Server meaning always giving. Or requesting, responding. Requesting, responding. Asking, giving. Wait. Yeah. So whichever you are, so here client meaning which is requesting a resource and server meaning which is responding to that resource. And they both should be inside the network. Is this clear, Nana, till here? Chitty online? Online Chitty clear till here, CC? Nice. Good. Okay. Now, question for you here is, in the network, we have so many things will be there in network or not? Can you tell me few things that you know in network? Try. Tell me what are things that you know in network? IP. Think about your home. In your home also you have network, no? Network, not your friend's network. I'm talking about here. Network. What is there in your home? Wi-Fi. Router. What do you think? Huh? Cables are there. Modem is there. Dish is there. And then hub is there. Bluetooth. Right? These are all come under the network or not? In the network, we have so many components. Let us take in your home, some people have also have printers. Everyone knows printers. Alexa also. Okay. So everyone knows printer. Let me give you an example of printer. Printer is a client server. Tell me. Printer is a client server. Why you said server? Because it is giving the papers, prints. It is responding whenever you are requesting something. Yes or no? So now technically you are able to understand that printer is a server. Okay, good. Hub. Okay. Wi-Fi. Okay. Firewall, etc. So, okay, if I keep on listing the network components there, it's very difficult for you to. So it is very hard for us to tell particular component in the network is client or server. I cannot say firewall is a client. I cannot say hub is a server. I cannot say printer is a client or server. Instead of that, simply I will give a name called device. What's that? Everything in the network is a device. What are the network components are called? Devices. Say that. What are there in the network? Devices. And these devices can be either a client or a server. If the device is requesting, client. If device is responding, simple as that. Printer is a device. Firewall is a device. Hub is a device. Wi-Fi is a device. Everything is a device in the network. That device can be either a client or a server. Okay, now devices can be either a client or a server. Nice. Okay. Now we understood what is client and what is server. Now we understood what is client and what is server. Now let us talk about there are different types of client server architectures are there, or there are different types of client server architectures. Does anyone knows what are the different type of client server architectures? Yes, no. Straightforward. Yes or no? No. Strong, louder. No, I'm there. No. So online. So that is the reason why I said basics are very important. I would not call this as basics. Basics, I'm just calling it, but these are all new things for you or not? So these are all very, very, very important to know. Okay. So here we have mainly three types of client server architectures. How many types of client server architectures? Three types. We call it as number one, we call it as one tier, two tier, and you know, right? See? Okay, very good. So how many client server architectures are there, Nana? Three. What are those? One tier, two tier, three tier. Say with me. One tier, two tier, three tier. Very good. So let us talk about what is this one tier, two tier, and three tier. Okay. Now, what's the first one? One tier architecture. How many tiers are there here? Okay, then here in one tier. How many layers are there? Only one. That is why we call it as one tier. What is that one layer? Let me tell you. Let's say, for example, we have this is a laptop, for example. This is a laptop. Whose laptop? Tell me some name. Not my laptop. Tell me your name. Ganesh. Single hand. Okay. So Ganesh. So this is Ganesh's laptop. Okay. For example, assume this is Ganesh's laptop. Okay. And assume Ganesh is a developer. Who is he? And who is developer generally? Don't say Ganesh. Who is developer generally? Who develops the code? Who is developer? Who develops the code is called a developer. Those who are developing Java code, developer. Who is developing Bus code, Python code? Whoever is developing C, C++, whichever the coding languages, they're all called as what? Developers. Are we developers? Oh, we are very far from the coding, right? So we are not doing any codings here. So let us not talk about coding. But here, assume Mr. Ganesh, he is a developer. What he did was, he developed a nice website. What he developed? Where he developed in his laptop. In his laptop, I call it as local host. Say that. Whatever that you're working inside your laptop, we call it as what? Local host. This wording is important, Nana. Whatever that is doing in your laptop is called what? Local host. Or in another words, we call it as local machine. Say that. Local machine. Very good. So now, this Ganesh has developed the website in his local laptop. Yes or no? And what he did, he opened the browser in his laptop. He opened the browser in his laptop and he started accessing his website, which is inside the laptop. Tell me, Nana, website is inside or outside? Inside. Now, can you tell me, can anyone from outside can access the website? No. Can anyone can access from outside online today? Tell me. No. No one from outside can able to access because the website is inside the laptop and the browser is inside. And as website is inside, the server is also inside or not? No, browser is a client. His laptop is a server. So client, server, they both are in the same device. Client, server, they both are in the same laptop, same device. How many layers are there? Only one layer. If no one is able to access my website from outside, is there any use? Is there any use, Nana? No use. So that is the reason why one tier is dead. We are not using one tier at all. You can use it if Ganesh want to develop the website and access for himself. Generally, will you develop a website only for yourself? No, right. But if you want to do everything by your own stuff, then go for one tier. But generally, can be doable? No. So that's the reason why here one tier is dead. So how many layers are there? Only one layer. Only one layer. Online, you got it, Nana? Sitting here, what is the problem? Here, what is the problem? The problem is client and server, they both are on the same machine. Say that. Client and server, they both are on the same machine. Is it good to be in the same machine? Is it good to be in the same machine? What we do now? Separate. What we do now? Separate. What are we separating? Client, server. Client layer, server layer. How many layers are there? 2 layers. That's why it is called two-tier architecture. You understand why we went from one tier to two tier now? So one tier, there is a problem because client and server, they both are in the same device. But now let us go and separate it. And that will become what? Two-tier architecture. Two-tier architecture. In two-tier architecture, how many layers will be there? 2 layers. What are those? Super. Client layer and then server layer. Super. Client layer in server. So generally, okay, see, my website is working. Anyone, Google, anyone can connect Google or not? All your browsers are client or not? So there are so many millions of clients are available or not? Browsers. Do you really worry about the clients? No. So here client layer meaning all your browsers will be here. These are all the clients. These are all the clients. I call it as client. You can call it as client or you can call it as browser also. So I'm saying it as client. So many clients are available or not, Nana? Yes. There's so many clients. So many clients. So many. Okay. So this is the client layer. So do we need to worry about the client layer here? We no need to worry. So now what is there here? Server layer. So let us draw. Very important. See, this is what, Nana? This is the server. Listen carefully. This is the server. So if you take a server here, this is it. Listen carefully now. This is server. If you take any server, any laptop, any machine, what is there in the bottom? Hardware. What is there in the bottom? In hardware, what does it contain? What does it contain in hardware in your laptop? Motherboard, fatherboard. No, only motherboard, memory, hard disk, CPU, RAM, etc., etc. Right? Everything will come under the hardware. So here we have a hardware. See, on the bottom we have a hardware. Good. Hardware. Yes, correct. On top of the hardware, what we have? I don't know. What is there on top of the hardware? Guys, online, give me a second. No. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Online? Yeah. I'm here already. Okay. So if you take a server, what is there in the bottom of the server? Hardware. On the bottom of the server, what do we have, Nana? Hardware. On top of the hardware, what we have? You have bottom hardware. On top of it, what we have? Operating system. Say that. What is that? Operating system. We call it as OS. What is that? OS. So on the bottom, we have hardware. On top of it, what we have, Nana? Operating system. Okay. On top of the operating system, what we have? Applications. What we have? Good. So if you take any server, if you take any server, or if you take any machine, what is there in the bottom first? Hardware. On top of it, operating system. On top of it, applications. So assume that I have an application here, and this application can be developed in either it can be on Java, it can be developed in Python, or sorry, .NET, or it can be on Python. Assume that you have an application which is on the machine. And every application also need to get connected to the database or not in the backend? Yes or no? Every application need to have what in the backend? Database. So assume that we have a database also here. Listen carefully. Database. Okay. Can you tell me few database names that you know? MySQL. SQL, right? You have MySQL, Oracle is there. There are so many. So MS SQL is there, like etc. So assume that we have application and the database. None of these applications getting connected to the database or not? Application will be getting connected to the database. Okay. See now. Now what happens is this is the machine, and assume that it has how much GB RAM? 4 GB RAM. And how many CPUs it has? 2 CPUs it has, and 50 GB hard disk it has. How much? 50 GB hard disk. And now what I did here, I have set up a server. In that server, in the bottom, we have hardware. On top of it, what we have? Operating system. On top of it, what we have? Application and database. Application and database. So application is getting connected to the database. And this server has what, how much capacity it has? 4 GB RAM. How much GB RAM? So now all these clients are connected to the server. All these clients are getting connected to the server. So all the clients will get connected to the server, and server will respond to the client. My application will get responded. It's a normal architecture or not? Okay, nice. So all the clients are getting connected to the server, and my application is responding to the clients. So now here what happens is, see now, application will give a dhamki to operating system. Application will say, hey, operating system, how much GB RAM you have? 4 GB RAM. And application is saying, hey, operating system, I am the one who is talking to the customers. That means customers will connect to me. I am responding. Application is getting responding. For that, I need 2 GB RAM allocate to me. How much GB RAM? How much is the machine has? 4 GB RAM. And application is demanding how much GB RAM? 2 GB RAM. Okay. Application is demanding how much GB RAM? 2 GB RAM. So application is demanding 2 GB RAM. Now database from the bottom is looking, staring at application. Hey, hello. Hey, application. You are asking 2 GB RAM. I'm the database where I'm holding the huge data. I'm holding the lot of data. I also need 2 GB RAM. I also need 2 GB RAM. Application need how much GB RAM? 2 GB RAM. And database also need how much GB RAM? 2 GB RAM. What does the machine contains? How much? If operating system is giving 2 GB RAM to application, 2 GB RAM to database, what does the operating system will contain? Nothing, no? Nothing, right? So for that reason, what will happen is a big fight will happen here. What will happen? Fight will happen. What will happen? Between whom? application and database. Application saying, hey, I need 2 GB RAM. Database saying, hey, I need also 2 GB RAM. And operating system is a umpire. They are fighting with each other, and operating system is thinking that, array, whoever won, ask me, I'll give that. I will give the RAM for you. But your application database, they are just fighting with each other. Now, a question is for you: if they are fighting with each other, if application database is fighting with each other for the capacity, who is the most affected person? Hmm. Who is the most affected person here? Client. Yes or no? Let's say, for example, I'm teaching you. Now, Ganesh and who? What is your name? Karthik. Huh? Ganesh and Karthik, they are fighting with each other. Hey, I want to join Reyaz Sir class. I want to join Reyaz Sir. Example. If they're fighting with each other, and the entire class is disbanded, who is the most affected person here? Me, right? Yes or no? If you have a server and application database, they are fighting with each other. Client is waiting. Array application, talk to me. And application saying, hey, hold on. Database, right? So it is trying to fight with the database. And a customer is, client is just waiting. So that meaning what? Customer is not getting response from the server. Client is not getting response from the server. Then generally, what do we say in that case? You open the browser, you type some application, and you're not. It's not responding to you. What do you say? You say what? Error. What else you say? Tell me. Some server busy. Fantastic. Service down. Crash. Hang. Slow. Bad performance. What else you say? DNS, that is very big technical thing. Okay, next, what else you see? Not responding. Buffering. Worst application. Okay, yes, worst application. Right? Freeze. Application is freezed. Server down. What is that? Last one? Server down. Can you tell me, very commonly, where do you hear this server down? In bank, SBI bank. Okay. Okay. So whenever you go to SBI, what they'll say? Common error. Which one? Server down. And the bank employee, does he or she know what is server down meaning? No. What they are doing is, they are opening the application, it is doing ringa roses. Ringa, right? So it is doing ringa, buffering. That's it. It's not opening. And simply they will say what? Server down. What is the technical difference? What is the technical meaning here, server down meaning? Because SBI bank application is getting access by so many people. For that reason, the server is not responding to these people. That's why it is called server down. Next time you go to the bank and say, ask that girl, what is the meaning of server down? Then you go and explain, Reyaz Sir told this, right? So don't say all the time server down. Go and try to, what is the problem? Because on the SBI server, capacity problem. Who is fighting with each other there? Application database is fighting. That's why you're not responding. It is not responding for you. You understand? Why you generally get server bad performance, not responding, server down? Because you have the capacity issues in the backend. What issues, Nana? Capacity issues. Okay. Now tell me, is it recommended to keep application and database both on the same machine? Will you keep Tom and Jerry? Will you keep Tom and Jerry in the same room? What will happen? Only one will win. Yes or no? Right? So, 200% no. Very good online. Right? So, you cannot keep Tom and Jerry both on the same machine. Very good. Okay, fine. Same room. So, now fine. Now, here I want to ask you one thing. This two-tier architecture, Would you recommend this two-tier architecture for production environment? Huh? Production environment? First of all, do you know what is production environment? Straightforward, yes or no? No, very good. If you don't know, Nana, no hesitations. Sir, I don't know. I'm there, no. Right? I'm there here to explain. So let me talk about what is production environment in your language. Let's say, for example, let me take my friend. What is your name? Ashwin. Hashwant. Okay. So Hashwant is there. Help me with your name spelling. Hashwanth. Hashwant. Nice name. Okay. Assume Hashwant is our client. Not client. Everyone are client. Okay. What do you do generally in with your mobile? Huh? What is browsing? Oh. Okay, fine. So, okay, which is a favorite game? PUBG. Let's take PUBG. So this is mobile. Whose mobile? Ashwant mobile. And what is playing inside it? PUBG. Okay. I can be proud saying that I never played PUBG till now. One funny thing happened. I always say this. Please increase volume. Not my volume, Raju. You need to increase your volume. Can you hear me properly online? Okay. Can you hear me? My bass voice. Many people say, sir, your voice is like Big Boss voice. Yeah. All right. Fine. Online. Please listen. Okay. So now we have our Hashwant and he opened the mobile and he started playing what? PUBG. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Whenever you open PUBG, your application will get connected to whom in the backend? Server. Okay, na? Just now we discussed client is connecting to server. So here we have the server. What server is this? PUBG server. PUBG server. When I say PUBG, one my sister's kid. I don't know about the PUBG. Because we are 90s kids, right? So we don't know much. We don't play much. So the thing is, at night I'm working on some issue. All of a sudden, some sounds are coming. Help me! I'm dying. Someone is killing me. I was just shocked and was just going and seeing here and there. And that voice is coming from under the blanket. And I slowly went. And I thought that he's having some bad dream, nightmare. That's why he's shouting in the dream. When I opened the blanket, he's doing something in the phone. Arey, kill Ram. There, see, backside, right? So that he didn't kill him, I killed him now at that time. One big slap, right? So yeah, so that's PUBG. So whenever this guy Hashwant opened PUBG, it is getting connected. Guys, I told you online people, I don't mind you put smiley symbol, don't smile yourself. Let me also know whether you're smiling or not. Okay. Yeah. So this PUBG, this mobile is getting connected to PUBG server in the backend, and PUBG server is getting respond to the mobile. Yes or no, Nana? See, any customer who is getting connected to the server in the backend, that environment is called production environment. Say that. Production environment meaning you have the servers where customers are directly accessing it. Customers are directly accessing it. That is called production environment. Okay, can you tell me what is your favorite gun? AWS. Huh? AWM. Okay. So you are using AWM. AWM is the gun that you are using. Okay. So I'm not talking more about guns. People think something else. Huh? AK-47. No. Okay. Suppose AWM is one of the. Okay. What is another powerful gun than this? M4. Okay. M4. Fine. So Nana, M4 meaning that gun should be developed by a developer, no? PUBG is developed by a developer, right? M4 gun should be developed by developer. And what this developer did is, he has developed that M4 weapon in his code. What he developed? M4 gun he developed. In which environment? Development, dev environment. Say that. Dev environment. Say that, Nana. Development environment. Which environment? Wherever the developers are developing the code, that is called development environment. Now he has developed the code. Can you tell me, can he directly put the code here in the production environment? Can he put directly? Good answer. You are saying no. Why? Why? Kaiku. Yes, because if something goes wrong on the code, he is putting directly into the live machine, which is accessed by the customer. If something goes wrong, the server will go down. If the server goes down, our customer can access, Ashwant can access. No, everyone will say PUBG is down. Everyone say PUBG is down. For that reason, what it has to be done first? It has to be tested. It has to be tested. See, slowly I'm taking into the, so this is called test environment, or you can call it as QA environment. What is it, Nana? QA. Okay, whatever the code that he has developed, he will first develop in dev environment and he'll put it in the test environment. Once the test is done, can he directly put it here? So here we have another environment. So that customer need to do the review, right? We call it as pre-prod. Say that. Pre-prod. Pre, like finals, semi-finals. Like before going to the production, we have something called pre-prod. It looks like same, but we'll ask customer to go and check whether everything is good or not. If everything is good, then only it will get deployed to where? Production. From test, it will be done to pre-prod and pre-prod to prod. These are the different types of, you can call it a staging environment also. There are different types of environments are available, but here few. What are the environments that you know now? Dev environment, test environment, pre-prod, prod. Say that one more time. Dev environment, test environment, pre-prod, prod. And now I'm asking a question. Which is the environment where developers are developing? Dev environment. Which is the environment where testers are testing it? Test environment. Which is the environment where customer is testing it? Pre-prod. And which is the environment all customers, real customers are using it? Clear? Huh? Now tell me, Nana, this two-tier architecture is good for your production environment? Answer is no. Fantastic. So two-tier is big no for production environment. Nana, is it recommended to keep application database on the same machine? Is it recommended to keep application database same machine? What we need to do? Separate. What we need to do? Separate. If you separate, how many layers it will become? 3 layers. What are those layers? Client layer, application layer, database layer. That is called what? 3-tier architecture. Getting it? How is the relation between this and how we are getting better? So now, here I would say it is not recommended to have application and database in same machine. For that, what we do, Nana? We will separate. And by the way, can you tell me, is it secure? Is it secure? Let's say, for example, a hacker came and hacked it. A hacker came and hacked. Let's say, for example, there is, I'm not saying your home, some home is there. And what is this here? In that home, in Birva, in locker, that person has put lot of gold, money, jewelry, everything in one place. Now what happened? Thief came and then jackpot or not? Because everything is in the same place. Is it good to keep everything in same place? You keep something on one place, you keep something on another place. Yes or no? So similarly here also, application and database, they both are in the same machine. No, application is developed by whom? Developer. Application developed by whom? Day and night. Day and night. Developer is Java, Bava, code. Day and night they coded. And is it good to get that code hacked? No. And you have the database where your entire data is available. Is it good that database should get hacked? No. As you are keeping application database on the same machine, if just in case if the hacker hacked the machine, your application is also gone, database is also gone. That's the reason why it's not recommended to keep application database on the same machine. Now what we do? Separate. What we do, Nana? Separate. If you separate, how many layers it will become now? 3 layers. And that is now 3-tier architecture. Super. You're following very nicely. So what are those layers? Number 1, client layer. Next, application layer. Next, database layer. See, do we need to worry about the client layer, Anna? No need. So I'm just copying this, everything here to save. These are client layer. What is here now? What we have here? Application server. And what we have here? Super. Tell me, what does the bottom, what is the bottom here? Super. So here, what server is this? Application server. What server is this? This database server. What is there in the bottom? Hardware. Here also hardware. And what is on top of it? Super. Okay. So we call it as, I am little bit worried to call it as OS because in my college days, one big shock came to me. Did I tell you that? That big shock. Since then, when I say OS, I'm a little bit scared. What happened is, those my college days. All right. So I was sitting last bench. So all of a sudden, OS tough. Huh? No, I'm telling. See, my friend started saying, "Mama, OS is coming. OS is coming." I say, OS, how come OS will come? Windows or Linux? Which OS? No, Mama, wait and see. And then after some time, Mama, did you saw OS? I said, no. See, she's sitting on the first bench. Shia, the girl, huh? Yes. I said, why you are calling OS? No, ma, her full name is Ontari Sunita. OS shortcut. Since then, in my computer class, when I say OS, she will look, stare at us very badly, right? I hope she is not there in the class now. Okay. Excuse me, Sunita Garu. Okay. So if anyone is there with the name, okay, fine. So operating system. On top of it, what we have here? Application. What we have, Nana? Application. This application can be developed in any language. Example, which language? Java, .NET, not Java, right? Python. Okay. And what we have here? Database. It can be any database. For example, you can take MySQL, for example. Okay. Now see here. This is the application server. It has its own 4 GB RAM. Yes or no? It has its own 4 GB RAM. And database server also having only also 4 GB RAM. As you have separated, you have put Tom in separate room, Jerry in separate room. Fight will happen. If there is no fight happening in the server, now tell me what is the effect? What do you achieve? If there is no fight happening, response. That meaning, what is that called? Instead of immediate say, you can say performance. What performance? Good performance or high performance. Good performance or high performance. Because of the fight only, performance issues are coming. If there is no fight, no performance. If you don't to have a fight, what we need to do? Separate it, keep it individually. Now, application will ask operating system, hey, operation, give me 2 GB RAM. Easily it can give or not. There is no one to fight here. Super. So now all the clients are getting connected to whom? To whom? Application server. All the clients are connected to application server, and application server will get connected to super. And then here we have application server will connect it to database server, and database server will connect back to whom? Back to application server. Yes or no? Aram se will work or not, Nana? So now here, one of the interview question for you here is, they will ask, what is application server? Very common interview question. What is application server? Think and tell me. What is application server? Okay, I'll tell. Simple. The server where has application hosted is called application server. The server which has application is called application server. Simpler. Where the application is deployed is called application server. Tell me, what is application server? The server which has a application hosted is called what? Application server. Simple. Keep it simple. Next, what is database server? That's it. Tell me, what is database server? The server which has database installed, or the server where the data is stored, is called database server. It's called database server. Getting Nana? Okay, see here. See. Now, two human beings, two people will communicate with each other with what? With, I want to communicate with you. What? How do I communicate? So you have the name, no? How do I call you? Using name. So if I say, for example, Hashwant. So I'm calling you, I'm saying you Hashwant. Then you are responding to me. Yes or no? So similarly here, let's say, for example, if you have multiple Hashwants, how do you identify? What is the unique identity for us? Huh? Surname. What is the surname in starting letter? Yes. Hashwant, yes. Another guy also Hashwant is there. What is the unique identity for us? Aadhaar card. What is that? Aadhaar card ID. Aadhaar card number or yes or no? Aadhaar card number can be duplicated? No, every individual person has their own Aadhaar card number which is unique. Similarly, and we can communicate with the persons using either with the name or with the Aadhaar card number. Yes or no? Yes or no? How does the person is getting communicated, identified using name or Aadhaar card number? Similarly, here also, two machines or two devices in the network communicate with each other using what? IP address. Using what? IP address. So every machine will have IP address, and we have something called host name. What is host name meaning? Name of the server. How we have names? How we have Aadhaar card number? Aadhaar card number is similarly like IP address, and our names are similarly like host name. So every devices communicate with each other in the network using what? IP address and host name. Say that, Nana. Say that devices communicate with each other in the network with what? IP and host name. With IP and host name. Okay, you know what is IP. So what is IP, by the way? IP meaning full form is Internet Protocol. But what is IP? In interviews, many people will say this. If I ask you what is IP, they'll say full form, Internet Protocol. I'm not expecting a full form. What is the definition of it? What is Aadhaar card number? It's a unique identity for a person in India. Yes or no? And what is IP address? It is a unique identifier for a device in the network. What is IP address? It's a unique identification. It's a unique identifier for a device. The devices can be either client or a server, anything. I call it as devices. No. So tell me here, IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. In the network, devices are there. And for every device, we have the unique identifier. What is that unique identifier? IP address. Now tell me, IP is a unique identifier for a device in the network. Super. What is host name? What is host name? Simply name of the server. Say that. What is the host name? Name of the server. We call it as host name. Nana, is this clear till here? Online, is this clear till here? Naveen, IP repeat, sir. IP address. Simple. Naveen, you have Aadhaar card number. So Aadhaar card number is a unique identity for us. Similarly, in the network, we have the machines. No, for every machine, how do we communicate? There should be some number. No, that is called IP address. Okay. Nice, Anna. Okay, let me ask you one bhayanak question to you. Okay, bhayanak question. What server is this? Middle one? Application server. Second one? Okay. Tell me, Nana, Chiti. This application server should be public or private? Online? Correct, Thiru. Okay. IP address, sorry, this application server is, you are saying public. So you need to put it in the public network. Okay. So you're putting it, okay, assume that you have put this application server in public. That meaning that is exposed to everyone or not? What is there in application server? Code. What is there in application server? Code. That code is developed by the developer. Day and night they have developed. And you're exposing to internet, to everyone, the code. If any hacker Pusuk came, entire code is gone or not? It's gone or not? So whatever the developer has developed for so many months, you're just exposing to internet. Some guy came and then hacked the code, everything. Google code got hacked, Facebook code got hacked, Amazon code got hacked. Is it good to keep the code available for everyone? And then tell me, application server should be public or private? Private. Okay, you keep it private now. If it is private, can customers can connect to it? Can the clients can connect to it? Can customers can connect to the application server? No. So you cannot keep it also in private. You cannot make it private. You cannot make it public. Then how? That will come later. You're getting it. I'll give the problem and solution for it every time. But you understand the problem? Application server, I cannot make it public because it will be public for everyone. I cannot even make it private because private, you cannot connect to outside. You have bedroom. Can anyone come directly to your bedroom? No, right? Because that is private. So what I need to implement here is I am implementing another important person here. And that guy name is web server. Say that. Web server. What does this web server? Web server simply what, Nana? Web server just the job of web server is it takes a request from internet, from the client. and redirect to the application server. Simple. It will take the request from the client and redirect to application. See, what is web server? Tell me. It takes the request and redirect to the who? Application server. So what is web server? Web server takes the request. Say that. What is web server? Takes the request and redirect to the application server. So is it recommended to keep your application server public or private? So keep it always private. And of course, your database should be private. So remember, application server should be always in a private network. Don't expose to internet. Don't expose to internet. So this web server should be in public or private? It should be public. Sir, now you said 3-tier architecture. Now another layer got added. That means it's a 4-tier architecture. No, we call it as entire architecture. Say that. Entire architecture. So this will become the whole architecture. Now tell me, this type of architecture is good for production environment or not? Yes, it's good for production. So this is how we need to architect in our real time. You getting it? I'll talk about that, Viraju, later. Now, in web servers, meaning there are few examples of the web server. Have you heard about Nginx? No problem. Have you heard about Apache? HTTPD? All this will come under web server. Have you heard about Tomcat? No problem. Though if you have not heard about Tomcat, IaaS, all these things will come under application server. Getting it? Is it clear? Clear? Online, everyone clear till here? Okay. Now, I told you that I'll be injecting everything in your brains. So till 1.5 hours, we have learned so many things, right? So now let me ask questions whether you can answer this or not. Ready? Close your books, don't see and see me and tell. Online people, try to answer everything in the chat. Okay, ready? What is a client? Which request a resource. What is a server? Which respond to the resource. In other words, client meaning which is asking. Server meaning giving. The client and server, they both should be inside the network. In the network, all the components we call it as devices. Devices can be either a client or either a server. How many types of client server architectures are there? 3 types. What are those? 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier. In 1 tier, how many layers are there? 1 layer. In that layer, client and server, they both are inside the same machine. That's why 1 tier architecture is dead. So what is the problem? Is it recommended to keep client and server both on the same machine? What we do now? Separate. When you separate, how many layers it will form? 2 layers. What are those? Client layer, server layer. Do you need to worry about the client layer? No. In the server layer, if you take a server, what is there in the bottom? Hardware. On top of it, operating system. On top of it, application and database. And is it recommended to keep application and database on the same machine? What will happen? Fight will happen. Fight will happen for what? For the capacity, for the memory, RAMs, for the capacity. If the fight is happening, what is the effect? Performance. So clients are most affected and the performance will be very bad. So is it recommended to keep application database same machine? Is it secure? Okay. So do you recommend this 2-tier architecture for the production environment? No. Do you know there are different types of environments? Can you tell me those environments? The developer, where he develops the code is which environment? Dev environment. Tester, test environment. Customer testing, pre-prod. And then customer live accessing, prod. Very good. So it is not recommended to keep application database on the same machine. What we do now? Separate. What we do now? Separate. If you separate, how many layers it will form? 3 layers. What are those? Client layer, application layer, database layer. Very good. And then what is application server? The server where application is hosted is called application server. What is database server? Where the database is installed is called database server. And devices communicate with each other in the network using IP address and host name. What is IP address? Full form of IP address. Internet protocol. What is the definition of IP address? It's a unique identifier for a device in the network. What is host name? Name of the server. Would you recommend application server to be in public network or private network? Private. But if it is private, right? If it is private, can customers can connect it from internet? No. What we need to place in between? Web server. What is web server? Which takes the request and redirect to the application server. And this is called entire architecture. Do you recommend these 3 tier architecture for your production environment? Yes. Injected. Did I told you that? Right? Not only this, till end of the course, I'll be injecting everything like this. Same pace, same style. Okay? Are you happy? Super. Very good. Don't leave until I say online people. Okay. So, any questions? And tomorrow is holiday on the occasion of Diwali, and the next class will be on Friday. Okay. So I understand many people are traveling, but do not miss the class on Friday. Nana, Diwali will come every time. In your life, Reyaz Sir will come one time. So trainer like Reyaz Sir will come only for one time. So choose, right? Okay, you enjoyed. That's the reason why tomorrow we have given holiday for you. But Friday, please come back. Or else you need to attend at least, how many of you are traveling here? So when you're traveling, make sure that you attend online. So you have the admin number? So get that. I think it's the same link that you can join, right? So, but please do not miss the class on Friday. On Friday will be another very important topic that I'll be covering it. And it will be very nice topic. Like how we are enjoying today's topic. Similarly, we'll be talking about networking related things, which is very important. Okay, Nana? Online, any questions? So Harish, any DevOps tool, Docker, Jenkins need to install for project doing? Of course, we'll be doing a lot of things, Harish. We'll install, there's so many things that we do. Raju, can you explain web server and application server? What is web server, Nana? Which is exposed to internet and which takes the request and redirect to the application server. What is application server? Where it has the application hosted. Raju. Sir, when we'll make basic projects? We know once we just started, no? So let's start slowly learn. Just trust me. I'll take you forward. Okay. Sir, entire as a part of 3-tier architecture? Yes, correct. Vinod, Ritu. And how to calculate CPU cost. Sudhakar, that will be automated learn in AWS. We know it to so it's a predefined few templates are there. We can use those templates and use it. Okay, we don't need to calculate here. This is our first project along with DevOps. This is not a project. This is basic. Basic itself is like this. Just imagine in coming days how much technical deep we will be learning it. Okay, Gopi will be doing a lot of things. So what is the recommendation? How many days will take? Days. Zafar. So as I said, for my existing student, I will be separately launching another new batch for DevOps. Wait for that. Okay. Any other questions? Online? Any other thing that I can help you with? And please, I think, who is that? Madhu, you're there online? Anything that you want to say or any message that you want to put? That is also test environment. Madhu, put the message again here, all the course details, so that people can copy now. What is the course start date? We just started. You can say today only, Simran. Yeah. Any other questions? Course duration, you can less than 100 days. Okay. 100 days maximum you can take. It can be plus or minus. Okay. So that is the Madhu is your admin. So please copy that information, online people, and please start doing the enrollments, and please get in touch with admin for any kind of non-technical things. Amit, what level of AWS will learn? Solution architect completely will learn. Solution architect. So, and the good thing about this course is once you complete this course, either you can go as AWS engineer completely, or else you can go with the DevOps engineer, or you can go with the mix. I'm telling you, this is a jackpot. It's a jumbo kind of training where you don't get anywhere, because you know, right? How many parts are there? 3 parts. Part 1 is completely on AWS. For 45 to 50 days, we'll learn AWS only. After the next 50 days, we'll going with the DevOps, and part 3 also, which is DevOps in AWS. So this is a huge package. Okay. Real-time projects. Yesterday, I showed you so many projects. Yes or no? So those are all the real-time projects that we'll be covering. And I'll be spending more time on the projects. Okay. Netra, we'll go with the associate, not professional. Giving multi-cloud. Let me talk about the honest thing about multi-cloud. You are a fresher or experiencer? Huh? Would you go for first single cloud or multi-cloud? Go with macha single first. Okay. And the good thing is, once you learn AWS, next Azure and GCP will be very easier, because the concepts are universal. Whatever the concept that we are learning, cloud concept, same concepts Azure also, GCP also, but the names are different. Names are different. See, you know how to send mails in Gmail? You know how to send in Yahoo Mail? Hotmail? Those are different, no? How do you know? Did you learn? Concept is same or not? Similar thing here also. So if you learn AWS, rest Azure and GCP will be you can learn by yourself also easily. But you should start with AWS. Yeah. So Ritu, if IP is a unique identifier device, it's okay to say the host name is the name of, yes, correct. Ritu Raj, host name is the name of the device. Happy Diwali, cool. Okay, share content. Yes, you will get all these things. All right, so can you give the final CC for today online? CC with smile. And tomorrow there is no class, and the next class will be on Friday, and please do not miss the class. So basics are important. Don't miss it. Okay. So that is all for today. Let's connect on Friday with the next wonderful, important, beautiful topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and have a nice festival. Please be safe. I know some people are very crazy. Don't do crazy things. Okay. Because on the occasion of Diwali, may this day gives you a lot of lights and bright future ahead. As a guru, I'm just wishing you, right? And then do not miss the class on Friday. I'm waiting for you on that day. Do not miss it. Until then, take care. Have a nice day and good night. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.